Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. The former president of the Nanticoke 12th Man Booster Club is facing charges after allegedly stealing over $26,000 from the organization. According to police, the treasurer of the Booster Club noticed missing funds from the organization's bank account in October of 2023. The treasurer then contacted 47-year-old Sterling Kep, who was president of the club at that time. Police report that Kep was responsible for all of the finances of the club. According to police, Kep refused to give the treasurer access to the club's bank account. However, he admitted to the treasurer that he owed money to the club and would, quote, make things right, as stated in the affidavit. Upon further investigation, it was determined that the total amount of money missing from the club totaled $26,543.22 between July 2022 and October 2023. Kep has been charged by the Nanticoke City Police Department with theft by unlawful taking. Police in West Hazelton have arrested an 18-year-old after a fight broke out Sunday morning. Police were called to the 300 block of North Broad Street in West Hazelton around 2 a.m. for reports of 3 people fighting. When they arrived at the scene, police encountered a highly intoxicated individual, later identified as 18-year-old Frandy Almonte Rosario, as he was staggering in the street. As police attempted to approach Almonte Rosario, he punched a patrol vehicle and was taken into custody after attempting to steal a parked vehicle. Once in custody, Almonte Rosario began screaming and acting in a disorderly manner. He was transported to the Lehigh Valley Hazelton Hospital for treatment of injuries he sustained prior to encountering police. Almonte Rosario has been charged with persistent disorderly conduct, public drunkenness, and unlawful consumption of an alcoholic beverage. Pennsylvania State Representative Dane Watrow and Senator Dave Argel will be hosting a firefighter recruitment event on Wednesday, March 5th at the Columbia Host Company in Shenandoah from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. The event will feature local and state officials where they will discuss how schools and volunteer firefighter organizations can work together to alleviate the volunteer firefighter shortage. We spoke with Watrow about the importance of getting people involved with volunteer firefighting.
It's not like it used to be. You had so many young boys and girls wanting to get involved with the community service aspect of it and being a first responder. Those days are gone, and it's they're struggling just to get volunteers. There is a school out in Danville that they have a club, and this club is to encourage our children to get involved, see what it's about, and on the path to earn their Firefighter 1 certification. And it's super important. We need our first responders, our firefighters, our EMTs in our communities, because when we call 911, if we don't have those services, our house is burning down, or our somebody that's in need of medical treatment is not going to get it. So we're trying to do whatever we can do to promote, especially the young generation, get involved, give back to your community.
The Columbia Host Fire Company is located at 742 West Center Street in Shenandoah. RSVPs are required. You can call 570-773-0891 to reserve your seat. Coming up on WYLN News, Crestwood School District announces new classes and programs for their students. Plus, a mandatory water conservation notice is in effect in Schuylkill and Columbia counties. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health, investing in your well-being and building healthier communities. Because more expertise and convenient care means better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Back to WYLN News. With several Bitcoin scams reported in the area, Attorney General Dave Sunday is encouraging Pennsylvanians to take caution from these scams. The scams involve Bitcoin ATMs, or BTMs, where scammers persuade people by convincing them to make large cash withdrawals in order to save their money. Once the cash is withdrawn, the scammer will tell you to deposit your money in a Bitcoin ATM, have you scan a code where the criminal gets access to your funds, and in most cases, make it impossible to get your money back, according to the Attorney General's office. Tips you can follow to protect yourself from these scams include never responding to anonymous calls or messages regarding your bank, even if it seems legitimate, never withdraw cash in response to an unexpected call, and never send money through a Bitcoin ATM. If you believe you were a target of fraud or a scam, you can email the Attorney General's Bureau of Consumer Protection Office at scams@attorneygeneral.gov, or by calling the office at 1-800-441-2555. Crestwood School District has announced that they will be implementing new programs into their schools across all grade levels. District Superintendent Natasha Milazzo announced that Crestwood will now be teaching lessons within the arts and humanities at Rice and Fairview Elementary Schools for the upcoming 2025-26 school year. The new elementary school program will focus on world languages, geography and global studies, the arts, and more. The high school curriculum will now offer more advanced placement courses, including biology, bringing the total number of AP courses offered to 12. Several new music electives will be offered at the secondary location as well, including music technology, songwriting, and music theory. The new curriculum was approved at Crestwood School Board meeting last Thursday and will be implemented in the upcoming school year. Aqua Pennsylvania reminds customers of a mandatory water conservation notice by those served by the Roaring Creek Water Plant. Due to the drier than normal weather conditions, Aqua Pennsylvania has a mandatory water conservation notice for towns in Columbia and Schuylkill counties. The areas impacted include Cunningham Township, Centralia Borough, Butler Township, Gordon Borough, and Gerardville Borough. The mandatory water conservation applies to all non-essential residential water use, including washing cars, trucks, or any automobile or mobile equipment, as well as power washing of any kind. Some tips on limiting water use include not leaving the water running when brushing your teeth or shaving, taking showers instead of baths, and only running the dishwasher when it is full. If customers have any specific questions or concerns, you can call Aqua Pennsylvania at 877-987-2782. Coming up on McAdoo's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Plymouth Part 2. Plus, we learn about the Hazelton Police Department's Crime Watch page on Police Talk. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
Stop in to one of our 2 locations,
Route 93 in Escapec,
Or downtown Hazelton.
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Bev's story is great. Many of you who twist and crack your own neck, she developed pain down her arm by damaging her disc. So stop doing that bad habit. Watch the show to see how we corrected her whole future for her.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
For about 20 years, the North Branch Canal was the primary transportation system in Plymouth Township. But as was the case across the United States, railroads soon start overtaking canals. The first railroad to reach the area was the Lackawanna and Bloomsburg Railroad, which did so in 1857. It would be fully completed from Scranton to Northumberland in 1860, and would bring with it scores of immigrants from Ireland, Wales, Germany, and other nations to work in the coal mines. By 1870, almost 3/4 of the residents of the area were either foreign-born or children of foreigners. Because of the massive influx of residents, it was decided in 1866 to incorporate Plymouth into a borough from the surrounding Plymouth Township. Elections were held in May of that year to name the new town's first burgess, with Elijah Wadhams ultimately winning the honor. Coal mining had by then become a major part of Plymouth's identity. Countless collieries operate throughout the borough, dragging black diamonds to the surface from deep underground. Among the more notable operations that took root in Plymouth in the 19th century were the Chauncey, Dodgson, Nottingham, Lance, and Washington collieries. And then there was the Avondale Colliery, which was built in 1867 along the Susquehanna. Its Steuben shaft, built directly underneath the colliery building, was considered state-of-the-art for the time, but had dangerous flaws in its design, notably that it provided only one way in and out of the mine. On the morning of September 6, 1869, this would prove deadly when a furnace for one of the ventilation shafts ignited the mine's timbers. The flames rapidly spread up the shaft, eventually setting the whole colliery building ablaze, and thus trapping the entire day shift underground. A crowd of almost 10,000 people gathered to try and put out the flames, and once successful with this, built a derrick to send down rescue parties to the trapped miners, first successfully sending a dog down and up to confirm it would be safe for humans to go in. Rescue efforts, though, were delayed by obstructions in the mine and black damp in the air, and by the time the search parties reached the miners, it was too late. All of them had died. In the wake of the Avondale mine disaster, as it became known, legislation was passed in the State Assembly necessitating that there be at least 2 entrances and exits to every mine, and that all mines be properly mapped, and that they should be safely ventilated. Pennsylvania was the first state to enact such mine safety laws. The disaster was also a rallying point for union organization, spurring many miners to join the Workingmen's Benevolent Association, the first miners' union in the country. Labor upheaval would touch Plymouth hard in 1877 during the height of the Great Railroad Strike. Triggered by railroad workers in Martinsburg, West Virginia, who were upset that B&O management had cut their wages for the 3rd time in a year as part of the lingering effects of the Panic of 1873, the unrest would spread all over the country, with Pittsburgh seeing particularly intense violence between management and labor. In Plymouth, workers of the Delaware and Hudson and Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western lines went on strike, at one point storming a D&H train as it entered the town. The local coal miners joined them in striking, prompting a worried Burgess Samuel French to wire the state for aid. He got it in the form of a 3,000-man militia led by former Plymouth teacher E.W. Matthews. Riding into town on a train with a large gun attached to the cowcatcher, the militia swept through Plymouth, arresting pretty much every man seen out of doors after dark. The troops remained in town for several weeks afterwards until peace had been restored. The Great Railroad Strike itself ended nationally after 45 days of unrest due to President Rutherford Hayes sending militias into cities to suppress the strikers. In the somewhat calmer years that followed, Plymouth residents began looking to build a high school for its youth. Central High School, the first of 4 in the community to bear that name, was built in 1884 by Samuel French's Plymouth Planing Mill Company. It would graduate its first class 2 years later. The building would be destroyed by a fire that broke out in February 1905. The second Central High would be built immediately, with construction overseen by Samuel French's son Harry. A grand parade was held the day the new school was completed. It would, though, serve as town high school for only 7 years before the third Central High School, built by Alfred Freeman, opened to students on September 1st, 1913, in a ceremony that also included a parade. The second Central High would be retooled as an elementary school. The fourth and final Central High School, constructed by Lewis Hancock, was dedicated on February 12, 1925. It was formerly named the Davenport School in honor of prominent school board member Ward P. Davenport, who helped streamline and speed up construction. With its completion, the third Central High became a junior high and later an elementary school. The fourth Central High iteration would have the longest tenure as town high school, through 1966.
Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Wyln programming is online all the time. Visit our website at wylntv.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Welcome back to Police Talk. We are here with Public Information Officer Jessica Sirkin from the Hazleton City Police Department. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. And we're here to talk about a new feature, fairly new, with the police department, the Crime Watch page.
Crime Watch page, we went live with it in August. There's a lot of great information. There's also a lot of stuff for the public to be able to be a part of. You can subscribe to that Crime Watch app. You can download it on your phone. Once you've got it downloaded, you're able to submit tips. You can do it with all of your information or anonymously. There's a Handle with Care section on that app where if you have a loved one or a family member or a friend who might have some cognitive issues, maybe some type of disability, you can actually register them on there in case they decide to wander away and you can't find them and we locate them. We'll have all of your information, where they reside, and who to call in that case. Same thing, we have a pet registry. If you have a dog or a cat that's a runner, you can go ahead and enter their information on there, and then we'll know where to take Fluffy back to if they escape. You can also submit that you have cameras on your residence or your businesses with a number, so if something does occur within that area, we can contact you directly from the app. We don't have to come knocking on your door. We can call and say, we would like to know if we could view your cameras, please. There was an incident, and we can handle it that way instead of police coming to your door. You can do an officer compliment on there. Maybe you had a good interaction with one of our officers and you'd like that to be spotlighted. You can also go on there and get broadcasts. So let's say there was an accident somewhere within the city and we needed to shut that road down. We can go ahead and send out an emergency broadcast. If you are a subscriber, you will get that broadcast to your phone to let you know this intersection is closed. Then we would send out a second broadcast to let you know when it would be opened.
Gotcha. So lots of good information to be had.
Yes.
I know one point we were talking about beforehand is, when to submit a tip and when to call 911.
Correct. So if you are going to submit a tip about something, whether it's drug related, maybe you know the whereabouts of a wanted individual, those are awesome times to submit tips, both anonymously and with your information. Those we can work with. If somebody has fraud to your bank account, or you believe that someone is harassing you, things along those aspects, those you have to come in person and talk to us. With a bank account fraud, we need to know the financial institution you're at, when and the dates that the money was taken. We need all of that proof to be able to do a report. That is not the time to submit a tip to the Crime Watch portal. And sometimes they do it anonymously, so we can never contact them back and say, please come so we can help you.
And of course, in the case of like an active emergency, you want to call 911.
Yes, an active emergency, anything that is happening to you right then and there. This does not take 911's place. We are available to you 24/7, 365 days a year. That Crime Watch page is only monitored Monday through Friday about 8 to 4. 911 is your best bet.
Good information to know.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else our viewers should know about?
Please go subscribe to that Crime Watch channel. You'll also get all your updates with your Wanted Wednesdays for individuals who are wanted. We will also be kicking out any type of event that we have on that application, and any type of press release, both good and bad, for the city will be on there.
Awesome. And we'll put the link on the screen so people can check it out. That'll do it for another segment of Police Talk. We'll see you next time.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.